One of the most popular sim sites on the block right now, Palworld TCG.gg, just wrapped up its first platform-hosted tournament, and almost 200 people ended up entering to fight for a chance at the crown. And after all those rounds, it eventually came down to just 2 players. We had Pingu on blue-purple Chillet and Grim Dimension on blue-red Chillet. So same star pal, 2 completely different builds, and 1 tournament win on the line. So today, we're going to watch the finals back, talk through the plays, and see which version of Chillet actually comes out on top. Let's get into it. So we pass over to Pingu. Pingu draws a card and passes back. Grim Dimension plays the mounted machine gun and passes back to Pingu, who fires back with a Pal Sphere and an antique mirror. Never a bad play in the early game. What do we do now? It looks like we have the Elfidrian, who's just going to go straight in and target that mounted machine gun, but it does get interrupted. He wants to protect it as much as Pingu wants to remove it. And we've already moved into some of the Chillet plays, building some value on the board. Going through, we're going to destroy the opponent's dragon, and then Grim Dimension hits face, potentially getting him ahead early on in the game. And look at that, 8 life to 10 life, just a couple turns in. But Pingu fires back with another Chillet, and this time lands into the Jormuntide Ignis, which is able to take out the Elfidrian Aqua on the opponent's side. But it gets interrupted, and he doubles down, hits it again with the Chillet, and gets met with another interrupt. So Grim Dimension gets to start the turn with the Elfidrian Aqua, plays down the Reptyro Ore Gorger, but doesn't get a hit. It's looking tough out there, but look, we still destroy one of their creatures, and then we're going to go in for the Jormuntide, but it does get interrupted by Pingu. Pingu's going to fire straight back. You're going to target my guy, I'm targeting yours, but it's met with another interrupt. Luckily, Pingu did have the rocket launcher in hand. You guys know I'm partial to the Pingullet rocket launcher, but it wasn't quite enough to take out the Reptyro. This is a quick game, so our next Chillet is about to hit the board. We play the Primitive Furnace, draw a card, and it looks like they drew into the Jormuntide Ignis. Reptyro is going to go face, but once again, that is going to get interrupted. It is an interrupt-heavy format. Pingu's going to fire straight back at the Reptyro again, and another interrupt is played, but this time they go for the Zoe strat, which means Grim Dimension's going to have to pick 1 card from the hand and discard it. They're going to push the advantage, play down the Elfidrian Aqua, try to get rid of the opponent's card draw engine, but it's interrupted again by Grim Dimension, who starts their turn with a big body Jormuntide Ignis, tapping the Chillet down, drawing into a grappling gun, and then they tap the Reptyro and try to activate that mounted machine gun. It looks like it was just enough to take out that Jormuntide, and now they're sitting with a pretty solid board. But Pingu, in classic Pingu fashion, plays the Penguin, buffs it up pretty big with those double Pingullet rocket launchers, and is able to wipe the board and also draw a card. As you can see, Pingu does have a ton of cards in hand. Pretty decent board presence, especially with those Pingullet rocket launchers. There's really no way to remove those unless you're playing Lily Strat in green. Let's see how Grim Dimension fires back. The board is clear, but it's back to Pingu. Another Chillet comes out, this time into the Jormuntide. Oh, and no stand on that Elfidrian Aqua. They're still going to go straight for that Primitive Furnace with both pals. That shows you how valuable that card is. They do not want their opponent drawing any cards whatsoever as long as they can prevent it. But Grim Dimension goes back, fires back with the Elfidrian. Can we hit face here? And no, there's the 4th Chillet revealed in the deck. Jormuntide gets interrupted. There is no damage coming through this turn. Pingu's still sitting at 8, but Grim Dimension is at 10 life. Another Pingullet hits the board. Is it going to get buffed and turn into a nuke? Why wouldn't it? There we go. That is just enough. That's 1600 hits Jormuntide, Surging Sea Serpent just perfectly. And there's just 1 more interrupt to get through. So this time, Grim Dimension's playing the Chillet into the Elfidrian Gentle Radiance, assigning it to the mounted machine gun, and it looks like they're going to try to take out that Chillet, which makes sense. They didn't put 500 onto that antique mirror. And on top of that, they're able to clear the Jormuntide Ignis, leaving the board totally open to go for face, but Pingu does have a ton of cards in hand. You know, with a ton of cards in hand comes a ton of interrupts. So we go back into another Chillet, into the Elfidrian. What can they do here? They're just attacking into a Chillet with their own Chillet, buffed up with the 200 from the Pingullet rocket launcher. Same thing here for the Gentle Radiance. So they have 2 creatures on board, but Grim Dimension's able to play that Relaxorus and attack straight into one of their dragons. It's interrupted though. It's an interrupt heavy format. So it's back to Pingu, who plays the Pal Sphere really filling up that hand. It is a slept-on card, at least this early in the meta. And look at that. 1300 attack is just enough to take out that Relaxorus. They play another dragon, and what are they going to do with it but go face? Trying to even the game out, bringing Grim Dimension down to 8, and lives are tied. But the pump action shotgun actually comes out. So only 3 cards in hand, but one of them is the Jormuntide Ignis. What can they do with it here? They're going to have to deal with this Pingollet. If you're not using it for the nuke package, which is fine when you got 2 extras in hand, it is a great way to get in for 2 strike at just 4 soul cost. And what do you know? They do get in for 2 strike, discard some pretty valuable cards from Grim Dimension, and then they follow up with the Jormuntide. But once again, the Jormuntide is interrupted. We play the Relaxorus. They're tapping down the Pingollet, which is smart. They don't want them to be able to activate the nuke. But Strike from Darkness comes in. Jormuntide hits the face. The 3 is good. Grim Dimension goes down to 3 and potentially down to 1 if this Pingollet can hit, which it does. So we're on the back end here, and that is the game. So the final life total was Pingu with 8 life, Grim Dimension with 1. Hey, join the Discord if you haven't already. It's a pretty great community. Everyone's super active. I'm a pretty big fan of Palworld TCG.gg. I play on all the simulators because some of my buddies prefer different ones. Really, it's just a matter of preference, but this was an awesome tournament, and it really shows the flow of the meta, right? I mean, obviously, we kind of expected that we'd see 2 Chillets in the finals. It's such a great card, so much value, and you're combining it with these other colors like purple and even red. It's pretty hard to deal with if your deck isn't prepared for it. So it's actually super sick to see the Pingollet nuke package take a win. This is looking like the deck to beat. Crazy win-loss ratio for the tournament. And let's check out exactly what that bracket looked like. Oh, interesting. Now that I look at it, it looks like somebody named KP went through with a 5-0 win-loss ratio. Now, I'm not seeing the match here. I'm seeing top 8s in the finals, and it does say Grim Dimension versus Pingu, so I apologize if I misspoke. But as far as I'm concerned, or as far as I know, that was the last match of the game, and Pingu was able to take it home. 4-1 win-loss ratio, pretty crazy when you're in a tournament with 200 people. So blue-purple Chillet, really not looking too bad right now. I love the Pingollet nuke package, but as always, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I would love to commentate on a live tournament. I just happened to miss this one. I was just a little bit too late to register, went out of town. I wasn't able to play in it, and I wasn't able to commentate on it live, but I'm really looking forward to it. It's a lot of fun. I love the website. They seem pretty responsive with all the tweaks and updates they're doing. You can put in requests in the Discord if you have any thoughts and opinions. But other than that, congrats to Pingu on that last win on Table 1. Couple days ago at 8:09 p.m. Going down in history, it's pretty big. It was the first platform hosted tournament by the site, and a lot of people showed out. There were a lot of good decks. A lot of win-loss ratios were positive, some not so much, but hey, that is the luck of the draw. Going first sucks in this game, and there are a lot of interrupts and a lot of Chillets in the format. Hey, if you competed in this tournament and want me to watch your replay, I'd be so down. I think this is so interesting to watch people at the peak and the pinnacle of their game duke it out. I mean, if I entered this tournament, I'd probably be way down here going 0-0-0 and not even getting a chance, losing the coin flip every single time. But shout out to everyone who participated. Shout out to the community. I'm actually doing a booster box giveaway pretty soon. The video should already be up, so go leave a comment on that. And we hit 100, I was going to say 100,000 subscribers. Wouldn't that be crazy? If we hit 1,000 subscribers, and maybe we will, I'm going to be giving that box away to somebody who leaves a comment in that video. I'm going to link it right here. Go ahead and leave a comment if you haven't already. Make sure to subscribe. And as always, I'll see you guys on the next one.